stay mental. When DEA stopped my grade rental, incidental. My girl home watching Jay Leno. Prophesize, I pulled the wise. Wood frame.
What's up? I'm Donte from Mood and the legendary Space Invaders. This is real spit.
And all I thought about was beamers. Then came the questionnaire. Rest of me was stepping rare. Asking permission so he could say he kept it fair. Fake mustaches and 100-yard dashes through Lake Molasses because my government's so fascist. Don't choose to ask kids, throw low spots up near Damascus. On all areas.
Well, so what's your family life like?
My family life is good. I don't have any children.
Mm-hmm.
I've been with my girl for 30 years since high school.
Okay.
My brother got 14 children.
Mm.
My sister got 3, so I got a lot of nieces and nephews.
You're like super uncle.
Yeah, you already know, man. And, like, a shout out to all my nieces and nephews. I know it's too many of y'all to name. Especially,
all of y'all at the same time.
Especially Zay Rocky is, man. God damn. But my family life is good, man. My mom and sister, a lot of my family moved out of the city.
Mm-hmm.
They moved to Florida and, went south for better weather and better circumstances. So it's just really me and my brother around now.
Okay.
But the family life is good. I have nothing to complain about.
Yeah, well, that's good to hear, man. The other aspect in terms of like family life, I know like you don't have any kids now, but like in a sense, I feel like every artist that comes out of Cincinnati after you is somewhat your child. You know what I'm saying? Metaphorically speaking. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like I never knew my grandfather or whatever, but I know of him. You know what I'm saying? I know the works that he did, what type of person he was, and what he contributed. You know what I'm saying? Of this project is really to connect that generational gap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just like, like someone being from Cincinnati and you don't know who Bootsy Collins is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't be that exactly. You can't be that cut off. You know what I'm saying, from your roots musically. You know, to think that I'm the first one, or just from the last 4 or 5 years.
You got to blame that on the digital age, man. Like, there's no... Think of it like this, man. Back in the day, when we used to record, it wasn't no punching in your raps. It wasn't no... Everything had to be done right the first time, or you had to do the whole shit over.
Mm.
And I feel like now, they've done everything they can to make it easy for anybody who just say, oh, okay, I want to rap. You could go buy Reason, go buy you a microphone and an interface, and you become a producer and a rapper, right? Mm. You don't really, it ain't a lot of work to go into. It's shit you could get to download on your phone. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't think that like digging, for instance, with producers, right? Like, nobody really, I ain't gonna say nobody. I ain't heard no shit where nobody been digging, really. Like, Ty Dolla $ign is a digger.
Okay.
Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, he understands the music that came before him.
Right.
And that's why he's successful right now, because he can cross generations.
Mm.
He can put on music that your mama like, me and you like, as well as the young people who he rapping and singing for ain't never probably even heard it.
Mm.
So when you can do that, then you can cross generations. But if you don't have the knowledge of that, like we got to talking about that the other day, where the Cincinnati artists don't really understand how fruitful their market is to pick from, I would say, because if they did, a lot of these young producers were plucking to this music sound from around here that Dr. Dre turned into the G-Funk and bring it back to the C-Funk, because between Cincinnati and Detroit, or Ohio, Detroit, just the whole little Midwest area, our era of soul and funk music was fucking incredible. Mm. Some of the greatest music that people still party to was made right in this area. Mm. So when you hear Funky Worm, I was telling them, young boys, go back and search the people who came before you, because when you do that, you can go back to the young people and you can spread that to them, and that's how we integrate. Mm. I'm not telling them to try to rap like me or try to sound like somebody else. I'm just telling them to understand the shoulders of the people who you standing on, because if you don't, then it's gonna fade away. Mm. You know what I'm saying? Because then it don't have no foundation. Like, and that's kind of where the internet is now, like where the internet ain't really a foundation. if the internet went down and we got hit with a EMP bomb and we didn't have internet, 95% of people who call themselves musicians probably wouldn't have no music out no more. You feel me?
Yeah.
And that's just the reality of it. You know, something got to be in stone. You feel me? Like, if it ain't a stone, it's gone, bro. Like, so I feel like if they think about learning about Bootsy, they could learn about people like us, Move, whoever, High Tech. You know, the city should pay more homage to High Tech. A lot more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, High Tech is a multi-platinum producer that's worked with almost all of the biggest artists you could probably think of, and we never hear High Tech on the radio in our city, man. That's just fucking wrong, man. Because everywhere else I go, and their producers is from there, they playing their shit.
Right.
So, like, here, our DJs and the people who hear this program and our music need to come to that understanding as well. Like, y'all could help break records if y'all decide y'all want to be a break record market.
Right.
If you want to be a make record market, that's the difference. You feel me? Like, because if you ain't breaking records, you just making records for people from other places. Basically.
Right, helping them get spins
Yeah,
and everything.
like, and we can hear all of that shit all day, man, but I don't really turn on the Wiz or nothing and hear no Cincinnati artists. If I do, it's pretty sporadic. They pick and choose, but let me go to the South. Let me go to New York. Let me go to California. They play the radio shit on the radio. You don't go to their clubs and their DJs ain't playing their local artists like that.
Right.
They playing that shit. You feel me? Like,
well, I know one of the challenges, like when I was at the radio station, there was a time where the Wiz was giving a lot of support to local artists. You know what I'm saying?
Where was I at?
This was after your generation. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause this was
I
like
about
this.
to say, I remember that.
Nah, because I ain't start till 2000. You know what I'm saying? This was like 2002. You know what I'm saying? So it was like after that. So it was the Cross,
I remember Cross and Taka. They did get some. I agree with that.
You know, and then you got to think about Zarnock. They got play and everything.
Shout out to Zarnock, them my niggas.
You know, we definitely had a presence at the time with local artists. Even the promoters, you know what I'm saying? They were doing stuff, and I felt like it took a turn. Mainly being on the inside, working at the radio station, was the change of command. You know, getting different program directors.
And they were never from here, so they never gave.
They were never from here. You know, always coming from other cities. Oh, well, we're going to try to do this like we did in Charlotte, or like we did in Chicago, or wherever they were. It's like, hold up, it's a whole vibe and essence of Cincinnati that y'all not really tapping into. And by the time they figured it out, it was like 3 or 4 program directors later, and Cass was like, well, you know what? The station. You know what I'm saying? Like your boy Lantana. You know, when I first met him, I was going to Celebrities to host the live broadcast. And he was out there like, yo, Knock, you don't know me, but here go my CD, man. I want you to check it out. And it was at All Hustle, No Luck. And in our meetings, we talk about new music and everything like that. And I mentioned like, yo, we need to start reaching out more. But because of the leadership and just the way that monster is set up, in terms of the radio station, it's like local artists have to do so much more before they even get acknowledged. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're not making moves in the streets and they're not playing it already in the club,
even if they're doing that, they're not doing it, man. You have to look at it from this perspective. This is how I see it, and I've been in the game for 20 years. Although it seems as though major labels don't exist now, right? Like, it's maybe 2 or 3 that you might think. You could think of people like, let's take Chance the Rapper.
Okay.
They'll call him an independent artist. He's not fucking an independent artist, bro. When you got people that's putting millions of dollars behind you, promoting you and getting motherfuckers on your album, how the fuck is that independent, man? It just don't have a major label title to it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, independent is the nigga that's out here hustling in the street, putting his money into it, putting his own blood, sweat, and tears into it. Now the motherfucker set you up and set you up to be a fucking major record label artist. So to me, I feel like what they're doing, the only thing that's changed now, when they talk payola and things like that, is that the payola ain't necessarily to play the majors. It's just not to play the indies. The majors pay all the Clear Channel bills. You understand what I'm saying to you? Like, so when somebody like me come up in there, and I want to do, say I'm just doing a concert. I had this happen to me at the Wiz. I was actually doing Jazz Festival. I bought Ghostface and Raekwon here, right? The Jazz Festival weekend. And I did it because I'm like, motherfuckers my age don't want to go to the fucking old ass Jazz Festival. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's a good time for us to get out and party. You know what I'm saying? So I bring Ghost and Ray here. The Wiz would not even allow me to buy radio time to promote it. You understand what I'm saying? They wouldn't interview Ghostface and Raekwon. This the time, around the time Shayla Ghost dropped. I'm like, how the fuck come I can't get up in here? So that's when it kind of dawned on me, like, okay, I understand. I do this with the Santangelos every year. They break bread with Major Bread, which all over this shit. But my crowd ain't gonna affect the people that's going there. The people I'm promoting to was never going to the fucking Jazz Festival.
Right.
So don't block me out to, you know, to line your pockets up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my money, they looked at me like my money went green that day. You feel me? I'm like, well, how much is it? Well, we can't do any promo. So I wound up having to buy like $20 spots for the DJ just to shout my shit out, like, every now and then. Like, it was fucked up, but that's the type of politics that got the game fucked up. Why local artists in all communities across the country can't get in, because people think payola mean you're paying to get played, but they're paying to not play your shit. And they don't want your money because these people who are paying them have salaries that they're paying over there. Right. So I don't really know what the answer to that is, but I feel like on the national level, especially in small cities across the U.S., like, something need to give with that. Like, we could have a lot more better music out and a lot more people having opportunities. And I'm knocking none of the people that's out now. Right. But I'm just saying that it would be a lot more diverse in every area that you go to than it is now, to where you go on this, only you hear Drake on the radio, the Migos, Nicki Minaj. It's only fucking 10 spots. And if you a rapper or an artist and you miss that summer and don't come out, guess what? Somebody taking your fucking spot.
Well, outside of radio, I feel like there are other options that artists are utilizing. Radio is still
the number one most used media form.
It is, but I feel like there are other media outlets that artists can still use to present their music to radio. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said,
to get
radio is more so looking like, all right, I could take a chance and play this artist's song. You know what I'm saying? Who's new, may have a strong following, may not. Yeah, he got over 1.5 million views on YouTube or whatever. I could take a chance with this new artist, or I can play something that everybody already knows. And that's how it was explained to me at one time too.
Right.
Like, it's a business at the same time, taking a chance and not taking a chance.
That's a great way for them to explain it to you when they don't want to play local artist shit. Like, it sounds great, you know what I'm saying? It's a good excuse, like, but the reality of it is still this though, like, that's on some old Gestapo shit. Like, don't the public got the right to decide what's hot? Like, y'all deciding what's hot without letting us hear what our options is. So from a fan perspective, you being cheated. Like, okay, we heard this shit 70 times a day. Like, you couldn't slide 5-6 other songs in there, man, that we ain't heard yet. Like, you couldn't let us hear 6-7 artists that we might like. You understand what I'm saying? There's 24 hours in the day, but I understand the PR behind it, because they think, okay, well, people getting off work, people going into work, people with lunch. I understand how radio's programmed, but I just feel like that it's putting a cap on the ability for local artists to even get to the point. Like, when you say, like, for instance, the media, you have different media outlets like the internet, right? Tell me what's more effective. For you to go on the internet and say, I got a record out, and come and get my record, or for you to go on the radio and say, I'm such and such, go and follow me on the internet.
I would say it's more effective to do it online.
But it's not.
But the reason I say this is why. The radio only reaches the people within this area. Whereas online, if you build it up, you got people from all over the world.
Okay. Just because people from all over the world online don't mean they're on your page.
No, I'm saying if you got that following.
But I'm saying that's the whole point in trying to build up the following. That's my point, right? Like, so, say I'm an artist. Say I'm Lantana. Like, I like Lantana. Lantana is an original nigga from Cincinnati. He got his own sound, right? I'm Lantana. Lantana, don't get me wrong, he got fans around here. Now, he got the whole city that kind of know who he is. With him, what you saying kind of makes sense, right? Say you a new artist who's trying to get broken in, though.
Okay.
And you want to be, you want to get access, but you don't have no fans. Yeah, but you got hot music.
Okay.
You got great music.
Okay.
Right? You even have the money to market and PR your shit. You can do that online and you can do it on the radio. My point to you is you should be allowed to go into the radio station and do business with them. And they shouldn't be able to discriminate against you because they have checks coming from Universal Music Group, such and such DJ group, whatever the case it may be. Like, it should be open to the public to be able to do that business, man. So to me, like when Funkmaster's Flex said Nicki was on, Cardi B did Payola, I'm like, you're the master of Payola, nigga. You brought Master P to New York. I remember it, nigga. I was there the weekend you start playing this shit. I remember it like that clear. And motherfuckers was like, yeah, they thought he even, it was some kind of check roll or he got some jewelry or some shit like that because New York niggas, they wasn't on that shit.
Right.
But my point to you is this. He broke the bank with that. He broke the model of niggas saying, well, you gotta be New York, you gotta be hip hop to get played in New York. It took him some bread to do it, but he broke it. And that's all I'm saying is like the model of not giving local artists time gotta be broken in the local areas.
Yeah. Because
it stagnates what could be the Cincinnati music scene.
Right. No, and that I totally agree with. You know what I'm saying? Local artists should be getting just as much spin, you know what I'm saying, on the radio as national artists, especially if they're good. You know what I'm saying? I totally agree with that. You know what I mean? Now, with that being said, from your experience, from doing this for so long, what would be your advice to the artists now that are trying to, you know what I'm saying, kick down that door?
I feel it's a hard one, man, because when it comes down to it, man, it's really on the DJs, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, if the DJs ain't pushing for that type of environment and they station and telling the people at the stations that's what the people want, and they just getting checks and going home and shit, pressing play and talking, then it ain't gonna matter. Because they're just doing their job. They fit their job description. I think now I don't know what it's like in the radio station now because I don't fuck with them much, but I believe the last time I was there, I remember the last time I was at the Wiz, the radio playlist came from North Carolina on a CD. A motherfucker pressed play and talked over it. I was like, how the fuck is that possible? How are we playing a CD that's coming like y'all? So they're sending a CD around to all their radio stations to say, this is what you play. And all you do is talk over it and press play. That ain't DJing, man. As DJs, y'all gotta fucking revolt and allow you to be able to do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you a dual threat quarterback and the coach keep calling the pass play and these niggas covered and everybody playing to prevent, and you don't push the coach and be like, bruh, we could run, I could run. Like, let's bootleg. You have to go out there and tell them what's going on the field.
Right.
So, like, the programming directors and shit got all the power, but as the DJ, y'all really got all the power.
I need to know when was the last time you been there, because I ain't seen a CD at the radio station in a long time.
I don't know. It was after, I'm going to tell you what I know I did.
Because when I was there, I ain't seen no CDs. Everything was digital.
This is what happened. I want to say it was probably about 07. And let me, like, I boycotted them.
Let me go on record saying that was before I was there. You know what I'm saying?
DJ Skills was there.
Okay.
Right? Which is, another story. Like, with him, like, that's the perfect example of what I'm talking about. Like, DJ Skills started DJing. He was fucking with our DJs, carrying the equipment, getting in with whatever we got in with. We plug him with everything we got, help him get into the radio station. He become the programming director, and we can't get no burn. How the fuck is that possible? And there's nobody can explain that to me. He can't even explain it to me. He tells me, don't fuck with the Wiz. They won't play y'all shit. Nigga, I don't think I fucking know that already. You didn't play my shit, though, either. And you supposed to be my nigga. This is my point, right? Young people don't know about Desert Storm mixtapes. Young people don't know about DJ Drama Dick's mixtapes, where these motherfuckers was breaking artists. That's what DJs did.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you just think a DJ motherfucker come up with 2 little CD mixers in the Serato and just play the shit off of his goddamn laptop. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas used to carry crates. Niggas used to have sets. Niggas used to play reggae. Niggas used to play hip hop. Niggas used to play a 90s set. Niggas would play skating music or goddamn disco, whatever the hell you want to call it. But they had sets, and they made you enjoy the party, man, because you went through a different whole set of emotions from being in there. Now it's like everything, motherfucker waiting on the bass to drop, man, to turn up. Right? Sometimes you need to tone it down. Sometimes you need to, like, nigga, I ain't heard a slow song in the club and I don't know how fucking long. You remember that shit? Like, DJ, they break it down, man. Let motherfuckers go on the dance floor.
That's when they dance.
Push up on a little female. You know what I'm saying? Like, now they create, everything is just 1,000 now, nigga. Like, so to me, like, I don't know, man. Like, that, I won't say the art of DJing is lost, but the art of breaking records might be.
So your advice would be for the artists is to get the DJs to start breaking their records again.
Yeah, man, you got to press it. Y'all got to press the DJs, man. I ain't saying tie them up, but...
Well, I know there are DJs that still that are breaking records. You know what I'm saying?
Like who? I need that nigga.
Like your J-Dos. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Your Hoods. It's so many. I mean, with you got Deck Records. You know what I'm saying? With DJ Diamond. You know what I'm saying? And other DJs, Vader. You know what I'm saying? Mike Drop. These are artists. DJs in the city that they fuck with the vibe of the city. You know what I'm saying? And they do a good job DJing and everything like that. And matter of fact, one of the artists, a good friend of mine, Evan, my mama named me Evan, he just had an album release party. You know what I'm saying? It was a nice turnout. You know what I'm saying? He has DJs that's playing his songs in the clubs when they go to different spots.
I've heard of Evan.
He just did his thing over there at Timeless and everything like that. He brought in Lloyd on Saturday. You know what I mean? So there are artists in that younger demographic, that generation, that are doing exactly what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like we still need to connect them. You know what I'm saying? So
this is the only thing that I know works in Cincinnati. Lead this bitch, get respect everywhere else, and come back and put pressure on these niggas. That's all I've known just worked. You feel me? Like, nothing else I've really seen work. There's a lot of bright ideas, a lot of, good energy, and I want to see it work. But, like, for some reason, like, they got to see you go somewhere else and take over, like, which don't make sense. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, when Kendrick Lamar came out, everybody in Cali went to a goddamn downtown meeting. Them all the niggas that was there bowed down. This the new nigga. They got behind him. Am I lying?
Yeah.
You'll never see no shit like that happen here. Unless people learn from the experience of what I'm saying. Like, we need to work together. And like back in the day, man, I had came up with an idea, man, where I started this shit called the Big Red Machine with G Fresh and a couple other niggas, right? And it was to personally address this problem. I was like, this is the problem, man. When you come to our city, niggas come to our city, they don't fuck with nobody. They come here, get a bag, and they gone. Right? Like, do their little set, get a bag, and they gone. I said, see, think about it like this. When you go to New York, and you want to go on the radio station, you got to go to Sirius FM. You got to, and that, fuck the radio station. The real New York DJs is spinning on Sirius FM. You feel what I'm saying to you? Like, you have to go through them to get into the city. You're not just showing up and doing shit and everybody just jump on your dick, man, because you're there.
Right.
If you don't go through the proper channels, ain't nobody fucking with you because ain't nobody gonna know. You know what I'm saying? Like, so until we have, like, you can't just go to Atlanta and show up on all the Atlanta DJs playlists. It ain't gonna happen. Right? Unless you get in with the Atlanta DJs and they fucking with you. So with us, that was really what I was trying to set up with them, man, and it just turned into some other shit. Like, I was confused one day. I was just sitting there like, man, this is nothing what we started it to be. Like, niggas, you know, motherfuckers want to rap and produce, which is all good, but I was like, really, man, like, you don't go to Detroit, man, to do nothing big and not fuck with Trick, nigga. You can't do that. You feel me? Like, so, like, we don't really have no structure, I would say, to make motherfuckers fuck. You got to get something out of these niggas while they're here, man. You feel me? These niggas coming here and back grabbing the bag. You got to be able, they got to be able to do and talk other business with you, man. You feel me? Think about how many artists come here and perform, and then think about how many of these niggas you ever heard from Cincinnati on their shit. And see, but at the same time, right, you could be from Cincinnati and go to California. You could do like little underground shit or whatever, but like, you ain't about to go up in the Bay and just show up to E40 set and demand these motherfuckers play your shit. You ain't about to be in the Bay and go to Ray Sherman shit. And you understand what I'm saying to you? Like, people here, like, we have a fan base of music. It's driven off fan base. We haven't made a lot of music in the recent times that demand people look to our city. And when we do got that, if it do exist now, you would know. Y'all would know because y'all more involved in the streets and dealing with the artists. I'm more particular. I just go out and check out niggas every now and then. Because I'm not seeing and heard too much bullshit. Like, it's just like, I don't have the patience no more, bro. I gotta sit through 5 hours of bullshit beats to find two good beats. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so like, I got shit I be trying to do for myself as well. Right. But I do come out and support niggas. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas call me, tell me what's going on. I just went to see Crunch and Piacon, you know, last week. But for the most part, like, if I don't know the artist and ain't nobody really put me up on them, it's kind of hard for me to go support it because I don't know what the fuck it is.
Well, let's talk about your project that you're working on now. You know what I'm saying? Because you said that you still got to shift through a lot of BS to find something that you like, but you're also producing your own music and everything like that. So what's up with the projects that you're working on now?
Right now I'm doing, I just working with the J Dilla Foundation, man. I just put out this Tay Dilla album. I'm about to have a vinyl for that, man. I did a limited edition, 500 pieces of vinyl on that. All the songs produced by J Dilla. I got features on there. I got Main Flow on there. I got Copyright on there. I got Piacon, Crunch, K Valentine, Nico Is, Io Sophia, Ada Chakra, Speed, Bucks. It's a dope project. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm about to get ready to drop the vinyl for that at the beginning of November. I'm gonna be pushing that. We got the Space Invaders album about to get ready to come out. Okay. I'm in between all of that shit. I'm gonna be dropping some solo joints, and ultimately, man, Doom 2, Move Doom 2, produced by High Tech.
That'll be dope. That'll be dope.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, we already halfway done with that, so.
Okay. Well, shit, man. Well, look, bro. Anything you need to help out with the push and everything, you know, let me know. I'm going to support it. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get it out to the masses, as many people as we can. I appreciate your time today, sir. You know what I'm saying? We definitely got to chop it up again, man. You know what I'm saying?
And for all my Cincinnati artists out there watching, man, keep doing your thing, man. Like, I never hate on y'all niggas. If y'all niggas is good, I wish y'all success. I wish y'all rep the city the way y'all supposed to. If y'all come together, we can do this shit, man. Put the press on the DJs. DJs, put the press on your artists to make dope shit so that it can't be fronted on. So if we all come together, man, we got a sound that I think the world want to hear. And I know it's a lot of y'all young niggas coming up out there, man, that is hungry and thirsty. Stay creative. Be original. Stop trying to sound like niggas from other places and create a Cincinnati sound. That's all I got to say.
Talking like the white guy, shallow demeanor. Karma was the main schemer. What could be greener? And all I thought about was beamers. Then came the questionnaire. Rest of me was stepping rare, asking permission so he could say he kept it fair. Fake mustaches and 100-yard dashes through Lake Molasses because my government's so fascist. Don't choose to ask kids, though low spots up near Damascus. On all areas harassless. The one that knew enough to front a crew. That night I got chewed, went to sleep, woke up with guns drew. No time for crying cowards, too late for firepower. Karma convinced me to meet him at his dying hour. Now leading back to that night, reality strikes. The unknown faces are the casualty types. Now leading back to that night, reality strikes. The unknown faces are the casualty types.
Now you watch your nigga rise in disguise you despise, cause I built an enterprise while you still living lies. And I'm all you wanna be, but that's all you gonna be. Get your own path and your ass from in front of me. Nigga thought you had my back and you was stealing out my pack when other niggas tried to tell me I wasn't even feeling that. That's my ace, that nigga got keys to my place and he know about the cash, stash G's in the safe. Wait, no time to